court is now back in session, and before I hand the floor to the defense team to continue putting questions to the witness, the chamber will make an oral ruling on the, in light of the case 003 disclosure, that is document E319/23. The chamber notes the forthcoming disclosure of case 003 statements, that is document E319/23, and the parties' request for additional time to review these statements prior to hearing the witnesses regarding the Kampong Chnang Airport worksite. According to the co-prosecutors, two statements within this disclosure, amounting to 16 pages in English, it relates to the Kampong Chnang Airport worksite. These two statements were provided to the defense and the lead co-lawyers today. In order to provide the parties an opportunity to review these two statements, the chamber will adjourn to the hearing scheduled for Monday, 8 June, and instead sit next week from Tuesday through Friday inclusive. The defense further submits that other statements in this disclosure relevant to internal purchase and military structures in the East Zone may relate to the Kampong Chnang Airport worksite. The co-prosecutors submit that these statements would only be tangentially relevant to worksites, if at all, and thus the entirety of the newly disclosed statements will be provided to the defense and lead co-lawyers by Tuesday next week. While a full assessment of the contents of these statements will only be possible after they are provided to the defense and lead co-lawyers, the chamber notes that there remain several months before the trial will reach the topic of internal purchase, where they appear to be primarily relevant. The party will have significant time to review the remaining statements prior to the start of the internal purchase topic, including during the mid-year recess. Therefore, the chamber does not consider it necessary to further delay the hearing of witnesses on the Kampong Chnang Airport worksite on this basis. The chamber notes, however, that it will consider recent motions to recall witnesses on the basis of the late disclosure of statements on a case-by-case basis. Finally, the chamber notes the parties also request that it delayed the hearing of witnesses on the Tropang Tmor Dam worksite until after the mid-year recess to have more time to prepare for the hearings scheduled by the Supreme Court chamber. This request will be addressed in due course. The chamber now hands the floor to the defense team for accused upon to continue putting further questions to the witness, and counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Madame Susan, I'm going to continue with my questions. I don't need much more time. You said that in the context of your duties as a member of the district committee, you would supervise the cooperatives. So in the context of the supervision, did you have meetings with the cooperative chiefs?
I attended the meetings, but the meetings were not held at the cooperative. The meetings were held at the district, and heads of communes were called to attend those meetings.
And during these meetings at the district office, did you ever, as a member of the district committee, give the instruction to the commune leaders to treat the 17 April people differently from the base people?
Allow me to clarify this matter. When heads of communes or sankat were called to attend the meetings, on the instruction of relaying work plans, on the work at the dam, and on food supply, we discussed the matters thoroughly, and forces were assigned as who were responsible for the work at the kitchen, and those worked at the work site or at the other dammed work site.
I understood that clearly, but specifically within the context of these plans and of the division of labor, did you give any instructions for the 17 April people to receive less food than the base people?
That statement is not true. That is that the 17 April people were categorized differently from the base people. And from my full grasp of the situation in my district, there was no differentiation between the base people and the 17 April people, as we all ate from the same kitchen.
And following the same line of thought, did you give instructions to the commune and cooperative chiefs to inflict poor treatment to the new people because they did not come from the right class? Did you give such instructions?
No, that is untrue. There is no differentiation between the base people and the 17 April people. The food ration was equal for everyone. And there was no instruction to the commune chiefs on the various treatment or the different treatment between the base people and the 17 April people at all.
The reason I'm asking you this question is because we heard a certain number of witnesses and of civil parties who said that because they were 17 April people, they would receive different treatment in the cooperatives or on the 1 January dam site. So my question was if this resulted from instructions that you had received from the sector or from the zone, and if you yourself had given such instructions. And based on your answers, and you will tell me if I'm mistaken, but what I understood based on your answers is that not only you did not provide such instructions, but you didn't didn't receive either such instructions from the sector or from the zone, instructions indicating that you should treat the 17 April people differently. Am I right in understanding this, or am I mistaken?
That is correct. And I agree with the statement you quoted regarding the living condition and the situation in the communes and the district. There was no mistreatment at all in regards to the 17 people. We were all one people, that is the Khmer people.
I suppose that you're speaking about your experience within your district. But do we agree that you did not know how the cooperative chiefs would behave in other districts?
I do not have a full understanding of what happened in other districts, although I may say that there was no differentiation between the base people and the 17 April people.
I think you were telling Judge Lavergne in talking about the training sessions that you had with regard to managing cooperatives when you went to Phnom Penh. Can you confirm that you never received there, during these training sessions in Phnom Penh, instructions aimed at mistreating the 17 April people, or at treating the 17 April people differently?
The upper echelon never gave instructions to the cadre to mistreat the new people or the 17 April people, or to deprive them of food. The instructions we received were to organize the cooperative and to produce sufficient rice yield for the people in the cooperatives so that they had enough strength to work.
Thank you for having had the patience to answer my questions. Mr. President, I am done, and my colleague might have a few follow-up questions.
President, thank you, and Councillor Kong Som-on, you have the floor. Councillor Kong Som-on, thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon, Your Honours, parties, and good afternoon, Madame Su Soon. I only have a few questions to put to you, and I noticed that you have been exhausted during the last 2 days of your testimony, so please bear with me just for a little while. In relation to your written record of statements, that is E3/5294 at Khmer EN 0034 8830, and English 0036 0114, and in French 0036 7806. And allow me to quote Question. Were the 17 April people or the best people the subject of purchase and disappearance? Answer. Both. And when I asked them about the disappearance, I was told that they minded their business and I should mind my own business, and I did not dare ask any further questions. End of quote, free translation. And I'd like to ask you on the verse that you made in that statement that they minded their business and you minded yours. Did you receive this kind of phrase from any level? Answer. I did not receive any this instruction from anyone. However, that was our awareness and practice that we had to had our own mastery in our work, and that we did not have the right to ask about the affairs of other people. Question. I have listened tentatively to your testimony during the last 2 days, and you repeated on a number of occasions of the same phrase, that is, they mind their own business and you mind your business. And now you said that is the practice at the time. And my question to you is the following. Did you receive any education from any source so that you put into practice this kind of a slogan? Answer. Please refresh your question. I don't fully get it. Question. What I'd like to get from you is, did you receive any education from any source regarding the phrase that you use, that is, they mind their own business and you mind your own business? Answer. We received such an advice from the chief of the sector. We were told that we should only mind our own business and others will mind their business. And that's what I learned from the sector. Question. Was that a party's principle, or was it a traditional practice? Answer. I cannot remember what it was. I don't know whether that advice or instruction was originally sourced at the sector level. Question. That is all right. And can you tell the chamber whether that was the principle that all party members of the CPK understood? And I cannot recall that. It is very difficult to say whether it was a self-determination or not. So I cannot answer your question. That is all right, and in fact, my question is related to the phrase that you use, that is, they mind their own business and you mind your own business. And my question to you, whether this phrase is well understood amongst the CPK party members. And if you would like me to respond on behalf of those CPK party members, I can't. Even for myself, I am unsure as whether it was a self-determination or not. Question. Yesterday at about 14 hours, 11 minutes, and a little bit after that, in your response to the political lawyer questions concerning Khieu Samphan, you said that the upper leaders of your husband, including Mr. Khieu Samphan, and my question to you is the following. How did you know that Khieu Samphan was a senior leader above your late husband? Answer. I know that there were senior leaders when my husband called cadres to attend the meetings at the zone level, and that information was relayed, and that is the best I can recall. Question. Did you know whether your husband in his daily work had to report to Khieu Samphan? Answer. As I said, I do not know about the work-related matters of my husband. I only knew about my work. Because instructions were relayed from the zone level to certain cadres at certain level, and only cadres at that level would get the information or instructions. Question. And do you know the administrative structure of the CPK? Answer. No, I don't. Question. What about your husband's membership in the CPK? Do you know of his membership status in the CPK? Answer. No, I don't. I don't understand about the membership issue. Question. When I refer to the membership, I refer to his status within the CPK structure. Do you understand that? Answer. No, I don't. Question. Did you know Khieu Samphan prior to 1975? Answer, no, I did not know him. Question. What about after 1975, or for the period between 1975 to 1979? Did you know the position of Khieu Samphan within the CPK rank? Answer. No, I did not know about his position within the CPK rank. Or maybe I cannot recall it, says the witness. Question. Can you make a distinction between the CPK leadership and the leadership of the Democratic Cambodia regime? Answer, I do not have a full understanding of this issue. Question. You said that the senior leaders above your husband included Khieu Samphan. Do you have any what kind of information that you relied upon when you make that statement? What was the source of your information? Answer. I noticed that I saw him in the forest and that my husband was working with Khieu Samphan, and that's all I knew about it. Question. So it was your observation while you were in the forest, and can you confirm which period it was? Answer. I've been sitting here thinking as to when, but I cannot recall it. Question. Can you at least say whether that period was before 6 January 79 or after 1979? I simply do not remember it, whether it happened before 1979 or not, or whether it happened during the whether it happened in 1976 or 77. Council, thank you, Mr. President. I am done. President, thank you, Council. Today's proceeding has come to an end, and we will resume the hearing on Tuesday next week, starting from 9 o'clock. And on that day, the Chamber We'll hear testimony of a witness through TCW 975. And Madame Su Soon, the Chamber is grateful of your valuable time to testify before us as a witness, and your testimony may contribute to ascertaining the truth. Your testimony is now concluded, and you are no longer required to be present in the courtroom, and therefore you may return to wherever you wish to go. And we wish you a safe trip back home. And also, Madam TPO staff, the Chamber is grateful of your assistance during these 2 days. And court officer, please make necessary transportation arrangement in collaboration with WISU for the witness to return to his place of residence. And security personnel, you are instructed to take the two accused back to the detention facility and have them return to attend the proceeding on Tuesday next week before 9 o'clock. The court is now adjourned.